Hey guys, it's Andrew from the blog Pine and Prospect Home. It is a cold and windy day. We actually had snow yesterday and nothing stuck to the ground, but it definitely has me in the mood for the holidays. I'm so excited to decorate, but before I switch over to my Christmas decor for the year, I wanted to give you guys one last look at my living room now that the built-ins are all painted and I've sort of styled them and put things back together. I know a lot of you really didn't like this change, and I was nervous about it too at first, but now that I see them decorated, I'm starting to feel more sure about my decision. I'm starting to feel like I'm at least headed in the right direction. I will say though, looking back at the photos of the white built-ins, I don't know, maybe when maybe when the warmer weather comes back around, I'll be ready for another change. Who knows? Right now, I just want to show you the built-ins all painted. The living room isn't quite put back together. I still have to figure out both of these corners right behind the camera with our white chairs and how I'm going to style those. And there's a couple other things I'll talk to you guys about today that I'm still sort of considering and wondering about. But as for the built-ins, so one of the first things that I did after I painted them this beautiful sort of mushroom color, which by the way, I created this color. I had some people asking this past weekend what the color was, and I literally created it in my little science lab, aka my kitchen. I was just pouring different paints in a can, mixing them, trying different samples, and this is the color that I really decided was a winner. I do plan on matching this paint color. I'll run to my local hardware and grab a bunch of samples and see if I can find one that's very similar to this. So after painting all of our built-ins, which we made these by the way, they were not original to the home, we added them probably 3 or 4 years after living here. And one of the things that I wanted to do was switch out the hardware. So I grabbed a couple of poles from, I believe, the Home Depot and put them on the doors of this TV cabinet above our fireplace. And I really think they're beautiful. They're much more simple and more my style. Once the hardware was installed, I played around a little bit with the decor, and I kept things pretty much the same way that I had them before painting the built-ins. So I really loved this pop of white against that beautiful mushroom color, and so I put all of my little pictures back on the top shelf of these built-ins, and I don't know if they're gonna stay that way. I am asked all the time, how do you keep those there with 3 little boys? Honestly, they are just cheap thrift store pictures. I probably spent like 50 cents on them each, maybe $1. So if one of them were to break, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And honestly, I see white little pictures at thrift stores all the time, so they're probably easily replaceable. But I loved the statement that those made before when I had my built-ins white with the gray background, and so I kept those there for now. They may not stay for the Christmas season, but I thought they were pretty there for now. And then a couple of neat things that I added. My grandfather, who passed away just a few weeks ago, had a collection of antique duck decoys, which are actually very expensive if you've been antique shopping lately. They're usually $100, $150, $200 a piece. He has several of them. No one else really seems to be interested in these, and I just think they are so cool. I always have. Not just because they are my grandpa's, but even when I see them in antique stores, I just think they're so neat. And so I took a few of his ducks, and I plan on maybe taking a few more, but the one duck that's on my shelf was there before, and so now there's another one up there on the shelves, but I may even replace my own duck with another one of my grandpa's because his are just so much more beautiful. One of the ducks that I took from him was actually too large for the shelves, just a little bit too tall and too wide, so I put him on my coffee table, and I love the way he looks there. I love the shape of it. I love the character, the chipping paint. It's such a beautiful statement piece, and it's a great conversation starter. I have a neutral collection of Reader's Digest books, which I scored at a thrift store. I want to say they were 50 cents each, I believe. Yes, 50 cents each. And I just have those stacked along the bottom shelf there for now. Like I said, I will probably play with these shelves a lot, especially here in the next few weeks as I decorate for Christmas. But for now, I sort of kept things very similar. I put the 2 large cutting boards back on the top of my shelves as well. The one was given to me by my mom. She gave that one to me. And then the one that's on its side was an antique store find. And that, I'm not even sure what that is. A couple of you guys have said that it looks like a scoop of some sort, a flat scoop. And that was an antique store find. I paid $15 for that, and I love the patina on it. I love the handle. I just think it's really pretty. So I kept those there as well. So I didn't really change things up a whole lot. One of the things that I was worried about when I painted these built-ins is that they would look too similar to that Kingsport gray that I painted my corner cabinet, and also the closet door. As you walk into our house, it's like a dark brown gray color. And I was on Instagram this past weekend, and a lot of you said that you thought that they were quite different. One thing that I thought was sort of neat is that my sign that I made, it's a DIY project, and actually I think it's saved on my highlights over on Instagram. If you go in my highlights, I want to say I made it 2 years ago now, but it's just an old piece of wood that I found, and I stenciled our last name on it and made this neat sort of antique aged sign and hung it above our couch. And I love the simplicity of it. I love the meaning behind it, and the color of the wood actually ties in beautifully to the new color on my built-ins, which I thought was really neat, how the two sort of tie in together. So I thought that was a cool coincidence. There's a couple of things that I'm still considering in this space. One of them is the curtains that I have in here. I'm thinking of maybe choosing something, I'm not even sure, to be honest. Maybe something that's a little bit more of an oat, very light linen color, perhaps. I really don't know. It's a tricky situation because my couch is a dark gray. So I feel like I need to balance that darkness out over here near the window. But when I hung my old gray curtains up, it wasn't working. It was competing too much, those gray curtains, with this color on the built-ins. So for now, I just hung my dining room curtains that I got, I believe at Marshall's. They're like a sheer gray color. And so I put those here for now, and they look okay, but I'm still sort of on the hunt for the perfect curtains for in here. And curtains can be very expensive, so I'm just gonna have to be patient and wait until I see something that I think is going to work. I feel like I need to pull some dark over to this corner, and I just have to figure out how to do that. One of the things that I also changed is I moved that lamp that I gave a makeover to this summer. I moved it over next to the couch on that thrifted table that I found for 15 bucks. And I really like it over there. I think it looks really pretty, and it doesn't block the window like it did over here next to the white chair. So I'm always moving things around and playing around with things, but these are just some of my thoughts about the living room. Another thing that I'm considering is potentially getting a new rug for this space. The rug that's in here is a ruggable rug, and while it's beautiful and I love it, it's actually not meant to be layered. So we have several different rug pads underneath it sort of pieced together, because it's meant to go, if you go to the Ruggable website, they're really meant to be on hardwood floors. Overall, I'm really enjoying this space so far. I think it's really come together beautifully. I'm happy to be done painting, and I'm slowly getting ready for the holidays, and I'm really craving, you know, when you've got snow coming down, I'm definitely craving sort of the twinkle lights and just the most wonderful time of the year, in my opinion. I know that a lot of people have strong feelings about decorating before Thanksgiving, but in my mind, I think you just need to do whatever makes you happy. It's your home, and especially for us as bloggers, we like to inspire other people and maybe get things ready and decorated before before most people would, just so that we can share inspiration with you all. And so I'm excited to get started. I think I might slowly start pulling out the Christmas bins this week. I'm not sure if I'll put up my tree yet, but I think I'll start sprinkling some some Christmas decor here and there. Maybe start with my mantle, which I'm really excited to decorate this year. This 100-year-old barn beam mantle was actually something that we put in this year. And so it'll be exciting to see that with greenery all around it and twinkle lights, and I'm really looking forward to that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you that did not like this color on my built-ins, maybe the decor helped to change your mind, maybe it didn't. But for right now, I think it's really cozy and it has just a historic feel, and I think I'm gonna stick with it for now. I think the warm white color on the walls really helps, and I'm looking forward to adding some twinkle lights in this space, and I can't wait to share all of those things with you. If you are new to my channel, please be sure and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.